Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Alaska. We are here in a glacial lagoon in Valdez where for the next 7 days we're going to be climbing on icebergs. Wow, look at that view. Catching salmon, getting stuck in quicksand, and exploring this beautiful state. Hope you enjoy. There's so many gigantic prints. This people just dream of seeing. Isn't that incredible? Look at how tall this iceberg face is. The chunk of glacier that calved off must have been enormous if 80% of this is underwater. It might not look it from here, but this is 40, 50 feet tall. That right there is a moulin, which when the glacier is forming, water that pools up on the glacier melts in an almost perfect circle like that. But when they form, they're vertical, top down. So this iceberg has flipped after calving off the glacier to create a horizontal shaped little window like that. We made it. I think my spikes are a little better than hers. What? We're fine. Look at this little paradise up here. You did it. Like a whole little ice world. If you fall in any of those, you will not get back. That'll be the last thing you remember. Wow, look at that view. When you're walking on glaciers and icebergs like this, you always have to look down and make sure that what you're walking on is solid and not just a big cave that you're going to crack through. Look at the size of that crevasse. We brought some snacks.
Oh yeah, I was gonna let you sit on this.
Oh. What about you?
Oh yeah.
And we're in Alaska, so of course,
Cardboard?
pilot bread. If you know, you know, yeah. It doesn't taste like cardboard. A little bit. Oh, your cream soda is so good. I camped out here last year. Some of you guys might recognize. If you want to see that, I'll link it up in that top right corner. It was in July, so the sun didn't set and it didn't rain much, but now we're already starting to get rained on. But one of the comments I got most often was about the danger of icebergs flipping over. This is actually not salt water, so the icebergs melt significantly slower. And while they all will eventually flip over many times, this one probably has, 20 or 30 times, a big chunk of this will fall off in another few months and it'll eventually flip before it gets frozen in the ice. So this is not nearly as active a glacial lagoon as you're used to, like on the ocean, in a place like Glacier Bay National Park. But I still wouldn't recommend it unless you want to have some fun. It's a little bit dangerous. Let me try some of this sockeye.
You want the skin?
No. Aha. What? Not good? Well, it's starting to rain pretty good, so we're gonna get back in our kayaks and kayak back out to the entrance of the lagoon where we parked. It's not too far, we should be okay. Is it cold? Look at just how blue that ancient ice is. It really is amazing. Wow. That's pretty good. Yes, it does. Got a tire in the way because this place is littered with nails in the ground. As soon as we get back into town here, this one's all fixed, so I can get it back in the place of the spare. Alright, a lot of bugs here. Not a great place to change a tire, so I'll go back into town, get that done, and finally won't have to be driving on a undersized spare. How you feel?
Disgusting.
That's all my alarms for all the problems with that back tire. Alright. This has already been a maintenance heavy trip. My brakes failed and I had to replace them at Luke's house with, I got some help from his son Tommy, which was nice.
Oh.
There you go. Alright, that might be the hard part. A little bit more convenient than this. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I have no idea what PSI the shop aired this up to. All right, new tires installed. What?
Continue.
All right, we've got that new tire on, or I guess the old tire, but patched. And there's still a little over 2 hours of daylight, so I'm going to try to catch some more silver salmon. Right off the shore into the ocean here, and Aaron will make some pasta in the back of the van. The coho and pink salmon run is on fire right now here in Valdez. So just by snagging offshore, it should be at least a fish on every cast, if not multiple. You'll see what I mean, it's kind of nuts. All right, I'm just gonna need this with a snagging hook and look at that. These Alaska things. Right down here on the shore, it's the perfect place to snag. And you can see in the water all the pink salmon, none of which are edible as they're on the verge of death. But a little farther out there, it's a perfect spot for the silver run. Basically all I do is tie on one of these snagging hooks, throw it out somewhere somewhat deep so I try to avoid the pinks, and I will get a fish, dead or alive, every time. Just hoping it's a nice silver coho salmon and not one of those nasty pink salmon. There we go, snag something, as I will on every cast. Let's see what it is. It's a pink. So then I just grab it and release it. Oh, that might be a silver. Yeah, sure is. Oh, come on. Don't want to lose this one. This is a good eating fish. This one is quite nicely chromed to it. There we go. This right here is a coho salmon. One of the best tasting species of fish. And look at that. Came off the hook. I'll show you what to do after you've landed a fish like this. That was almost the exact spot that I caught one in yesterday. So now I want to bunk them. This is a perfect size for Aaron and I. I'm going to bunk them and then I'm going to bleed them. For that, grab yourself a big rock and see how he sees it. That means you did it right. Ew. Well, this is Valdez and the small boat harbor downtown. You can see there a set of fish tables. They got them everywhere to clean your fish. The pretty little guy. Two coho salmon fillets. Brought to you by me. Can you put in the fridge, please?
Yeah.
I mean, you snag something on every cast and just toss it out if it's a pink. I saw a bear down there. Everybody was looking at.
Down there?
Well, down at the edge, at the end of the, like with the fish ladder. So, this looks delish. I missed my mouth. Want to stay in the bed? Well, we just got done showering at the small boat harbor here in Valdez. It's been a long day. So we're going to see you guys tomorrow morning. Good night. It got very stormy, rainy, and windy. And since it's low tide, we decided to climb up the pass in search of drier places in interior Alaska. It really is one of the most scenic mountain passes and drives out of Valdez here with the canyons, waterfalls, and this time of year, probably snow-capped peaks. It's 40 degrees and raining. I guess that's why we left. I'd be interested in what you guys call these where you're from. Because in Washington, we mostly call these huckleberries, even though they're really wild blueberries. In Alaska, that snow, that fresh first coat of snow here in August that you see on the mountains is called termination dust. A signal to everyone living here that summer is about to terminate. And all of this tundra will freeze over. That's why the ground is so squishy, because it's just discontinuous permafrost that has melted temporarily for the summer season. Good morning. We made it to Seward last night. We've still got all those blueberries from yesterday, so might as well put them in some pancakes. That way you can serve as our breakfast and lunch. Alright, we'll see if these are any good. Pretty good. Look at these. The weather's been pretty reliably miserable for the last couple of days here, but I still want to get out there probably with my big jacket on and go fishing, see if I can see any coho swimming upstream. here in Resurrection Bay. There's so many gigantic prints. There's quite a few jellyfish washing up here with the tide. That's crazy. I'm gonna set my stuff here not too far from the edge of the water, that way I can see the tide as it moves up. Rather than casting to the edge of the stream. Seeing if I get lucky. Big salmon. We'll see if I can get anything other than pinks out here. My guess is it's unlikely. You can tell I'm pulling a very tired fish up right now. He might even be dead. Take a look at that. That's more than dead. That's just a carcass and some skin. Yuck. Dead skin came off by itself. That's a delight. That was a pink salmon carcass. Got another one here. Another pink salmon, a male this time. Looks like this guy's got the fight on. That is a big male pink salmon right there. No, that's a female pink salmon. We'll let her go, of course, because same as in Valdez, nobody eats pink salmon. My net was on solid ground not 5 minutes ago, and look at that. Filled with salmon right now. There's actually a really big chum here. See how strong they are? Look at the size of that. That is a chum salmon. See that gorgeous fish right there? See these big creepy looking fish with their big teeth. Look at the teeth on that thing, huh? There we go. Gotta be careful not to get your fingers bit off. Ooh, look at that zombie fish right there. That's a pink salmon that's basically dead. Couple chum and a couple pinks, nothing worth keeping. Does the internet work?
No.
Sorry, I left you here.
I don't mind. I'm not wet and not cold. Well, I am cold, but...
I'm not cold. I am wet. It's very late, but if we don't make that fish now, it might go bad. So we'll make it as a well past midnight snack. Let's see how this slightly fresher looking coho tastes. That is how you cook a salmon. That's perfect.
That does look really good.
Oh, you gotta try that. It's on a straight up different planet from the other one.
Wow.
Isn't that pretty good?
That was really good.
The ground I'm walking on right now is not like it was in Resurrection Bay. In Turnagain Arm here, this beautiful area is famous for a pretty dangerous secret, which is that not only does it have one of the widest tidal ranges in the world, the entire coast is made of quicksand that can just appear at any moment's notice. You see how the entire ground is slowly liquefying as I walk on it. You have to be extremely, extremely careful. Let me show you. It starts off seemingly solid like this. And watch. If I just slow down and wiggle just a little bit, you see the whole ground start to descend and liquefy. Where this is especially dangerous is when you're standing in one place for an extended period of time. And what you don't realize is you're slowly liquefying the ground. And look at how much the ground starts to wobble. If you break that surface tension layer, it will start to pull in your foot like you're seeing on my right foot here, as I'm slowly getting sucked into the quicksand. And what you need to do to avoid that is you need to pull your foot up vertically. Use your hands if you have to. Look at my left foot, how much it's stuck in the quicksand. And get yourself out. It's a very, very dangerous place to be if you're not prepared. Slowly sinking in. Shake myself back out of that. You can also clearly see now how the water has managed to break through in all of the places I've been standing. All of these wet spots looked like this before I stepped there and allowed that underground water to seep through. I'm gonna carefully walk up to one of these places I've been stepping and show you now. It looks not too different, and yet the entire ground is liquid. If I were to step there, I'd be down to my knees and I would never get out. So all in all, is quicksand like you see in movies? Sort of, except quicksand is silt and mud rather than actual sand. And what holds you in is vacuum pressure. It's extremely difficult to pull against a vacuum, much like a suction cup, and that's the same effect that's happening with this really fine glacial silt you find in Turnagain Arm in southern Alaska. Had no luck so far. Look at this dead pink salmon. So obviously they do swim up here. Look at this poor fish. He doesn't even have a tail anymore. We're just gonna make the rest of that coho and some mashed potatoes for dinner, because that fish was very good and it'll go bad if I don't eat it today. movie night and fresh wild caught salmon.
What does this intro make you think of? Like, what movie does it bring it back to?
Pink Panther. We've noticed at our campsite tonight that we've been greeted by this stellar light show. Take a look at that. This year has just been off the charts for Northern Lights. And there's no camera tricks, guys. This is exactly what it looks like. Shroom. Little baby shrooms.
No. No.
We're walking down to the Seward Small Boat Harbor to look at all these boats to get inspiration because we're actually buying a trawler. We have an offer accepted. We don't own the boat yet. Hopefully by the time this is uploaded, we will. Can we go down this one?
But these are small.
But there's some on the side I like. There's a few trawlers here and it's fun to look at them and get some inspiration for, well, what will be our life soon, living out at sea. It'll be a whole thing. Hopefully you guys really enjoy that series when it eventually drops. Here's another one. That's definitely bigger than what we're looking at though. Really it's going to be mostly a project boat that's going to require a lot of refurbishing and rebuilding. But it's going to make a heck of a series on YouTube. I think it's going to be really fun. Very similar trawler to that one.
Looks just like that right now.
Yeah, pretty, actually, that might look better than ours. Thank you guys so much for watching. Little update from the future, we do now officially own the boat, so please stay tuned for the boat series starting next spring. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy the rest of our winter content. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.